And welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Ashley Wilcox.
And I'm Michael Ayala. We're both here today giving you your front row seat to justice. Court TV is in Iowa this afternoon, bringing you 3 of the widow's words murder trial.
Karina Cooper is charged with first-degree murder in the death of her husband, Ryan. Ryan was found with 2 gunshot wounds to his face in the recliner in the couple's home back in 2021.
Now, prosecutors allege that Karina and her lover, Houston Danker, plotted to kill Ryan for his insurance money. But the defense claims that Danker, who was just 23 years old at the time, manipulated Karina and killed Ryan on his own.
And a key piece of evidence are the numerous Google searches recovered from Danker's phone, including, quote, best ways to kill somebody with no way for anybody to find out who did it, or how to positively get away with murder.
And how do you land on shooting someone in the face with a .22 after searching for that?
Right? Although he also did send a message to Karina that said, make sure you get the shell casings.
Yeah, don't even talk to me about those messages. Let's get you back inside the courtroom now. On the stand is Brian Morrison. He's Ryan Cooper's best friend.
Can you briefly tell us what your relationship with Karina Cooper was like?
We had a very good relationship. She's like my sister.
Considered a friend?
Right.
Just like you loved Brian as someone who was your best friend, you automatically then loved someone that he was in a relationship with?
Yes.
When you were together, as you've indicated, there were social activities you did together. Did that include drinking and partying together?
Yeah.
Were there changes in that relationship in some of these occasions in terms of what you'll observe between Ryan and Karina?
I guess drinking can change anybody's attitude, but yes, if that's where we're going, yes.
Some of those times, will she be mean to Ryan Cooper? Will Karina be mean to Ryan Cooper?
She would get upset and be upset with him at times, yes.
When she was upset at him, were there occasions she would make threats at him?
Yes.
Do you recall some threats that you were present that she made when you were there?
There was times in general relationships, I hate you, I wish you were dead. Obviously the big one you're thinking of is we were in his shop one night and she said I could shoot you in the face, which was surprising.
So in terms of what she said, it wasn't the same as other threats of just I hate you. There's something more venomous in what she said.
I would take the previous ones as relationship fights, but yeah, then the latter was more surprising.
Do you recall what was financial issues a tension in their relationship?
Were there financial issues in their relationship?
Yeah, was finances causing a tension between them? Did you understand my question?
There were issues, but I don't know if it caused them issues. I mean, there was financial problems at times, but I don't remember them. I don't know if it was just something he had to do to fix the current situation and move on.
Did you know Karina to own any firearms?
To own any firearms? Yes.
At some point in the time leading to his killing, did Ryan expressed some concerns and hand you some documents and expressed some concerns that if he was not alive.
Yes.
Your Honor, hearsay.
Overruled. You can answer. Actually, you already
Yes.
did, I believe. Yep.
Do you remember what Ryan expressed to you?
We were riding in the pickup, and he says, if something happens, then these documents are here. But after the fact, it took me a long time to remember that.
So he gave you some documents.
He did not give them to me. He told me where they were at.
He indicated to you some documents that he wanted you to
Correct.
be
Aware of.
aware of if he was no longer there.
Right.
You may.
Now, you talked about being aware that Karina Cooper had knowledge of firearms, correct?
Correct.
There were some concealed carry classes that were either being done at the farm that they lived in, correct?
Like the concealed carry classes?
Yeah.
Yes, they were. We had done those at his shop there at their residence.
Did you see Karina Cooper fire a firearm in those classes?
Yes, in order to get your Florida permit, you had to fire a gun safely. And I saw her do that.
Okay.
Did you become aware of tension in their relationship that involved Houston Denker?
Yes.
At some point after Ryan became aware of an affair, did you notice any changes in Karina's behavior?
I guess we weren't doing as much together at the time, which that was marital issues they needed to work out. So we just didn't discuss it as much. If he wanted to talk about it, we talked about it. If he didn't, I didn't push it.
So at some time you started withdrawing, or the relationship started not being as close
Correct.
as it was before?
Correct.
Thank you. I have no further questions at this time.
Ms. Watt, any questions?
Thank you. So you mentioned him talking about some documents, and then I thought I heard you say, I didn't remember that for some time. Did you mean that you just remembered that he told you these things? What were you trying to say?
After he was killed, yeah, it was just, my mind was a mess, and I couldn't remember certain things that pertained.
Okay.
It just wasn't in my front memory
Okay.
like it was supposed to be.
Okay. I took it to mean that you just remembered this within the last 6 months. Did I misunderstand you then?
I remembered it a couple a couple months after he had been killed.
All right. When did he have that conversation with you?
Late in the fall, the year before.
So 2020, you think?
I believe so, yes.
The comment about, I'm gonna shoot you, was Teresa there for that?
Yes.
Okay. So if she thinks that it was around 2018, does that sound right to you?
No.
Okay. When do you think it happened?
The fall of 20.
Okay. Did you ever witness Karina be violent towards Ryan?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember talking to me? Okay, I guess you mean you saw her be physically violent towards him?
Can't say it was physical. She would get verbally mad at him.
Okay.
To where it was, yeah.
All right. And I understand that we're focusing a lot on the bad times in this courtroom, but I imagine that you witnessed good times between Karina and Ryan as well?
Yes.
And you guys all had fun together?
We did.
All right. And I understand you loved them both at one time, right?
Yes.
And I understand that sometimes when Karina was drinking, a different side of her would come out?
At times, yes.
Okay. And did you have a name for her?
We called her Karen.
Karen? I do not have any other questions. Thank you.
Any redirect?
The name Karen was not a term of endearment, was it?
Say that again, please.
The name Karen was not a term of endearment, was it?
I'm not understanding the last part. The name Karen, what?
It wasn't a term that you were calling her because it was a love term or a nice name to call her, was it?
It was just a different personality, if you will.
So when you...
You know, Michael, this is the second witness to say that the defendant, Karina, had said to Ryan, the victim, I could shoot you in the face. That's a pretty specific threat to make that then happened.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you think about it, somebody makes threats to their significant other. It's not something that I would do, but it happens in marriages. But you say, oh, I could just kill you, or I could do. But when you say something that specific, I think it goes to another level.
I agree, and then it happens that he's happened to be shot in the face.